What if I told you about that one straightforward habit that is quietly consuming all of your confidence and energy, preventing you from living life, making you feel worn out, unmotivated, and stuck in a cycle you can't escape? But what if there was a way? True self-control and unwavering masculinity have been hiding in plain sight all along. Stick with me, because when you hear this, you won't look at this habit the same way again. Nobody likes to talk about it, this quiet form of harassment. Some affirm that it's normal, safe, even good for your well-being. But have you ever taken the time to ask yourself, what if I told you that this supposedly harmless habit is doing more damage than you think? The ancient Stoics didn't ignore this. The greatest thinkers of all time understood something that modern society tries to dismiss. They were aware of the strength of self-control, the cost of pleasure-seeking, and the way to truly master yourself. I'm going to tell you today what they already knew, so that you can break free, regain control, and make real changes in your life. This habit, the one you don't want to admit to, is destroying you. Admit it. You felt the guilt, the absence of motivation, that feeling of being drained afterward, like something is missing. You are losing something inside. But why? We know this from science. Whenever you engage in this routine, your brain releases a significant amount of dopamine, the pleasure chemical. Sounds good, but it's not. Your brain becomes addicted to easy, quick pleasure. Like any addiction, the negative effects start to pile up. You feel weak and drained. You lose motivation. Your drive to complete real goals fades because your brain already got its reward without you actually accomplishing anything. The Stoics saw this problem long before modern science did. They warned against overindulgence and the dangers of being ruled by base desires. But what exactly did they say? And how can you use their wisdom to free yourself from the trap? Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once wrote, "No man is free who is a slave to his body." And that's exactly what happens when you allow pleasure to control you. By engaging in this habit, you reinforce a mindset of weakness. You tell yourself, "I need this," when in fact, it's in charge of you. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome, believed that a man who cannot control his desires is governed by them. He knew that a man without self-control would never be truly free. The more you seek pleasure, the more you become its prisoner. You chase short-term gratification while drifting further from true happiness. Here's the real kicker. Every great man in history, from emperors to warriors to visionaries, had one thing in common. They regulated their desires. They didn't let impulses dictate their actions. That's why they became great, while others remained slaves to their urges. The answer? Break free. Liberate yourself and regain control. How? There are 3 Stoic principles that guide you out of this trap: self-control, purpose, and transformation. Discipline is the key to freedom. Epictetus said, "No man is truly free who does not control himself." That's where it begins, when you decide to stop being a slave to your desires. That's when you begin reclaiming your power. But self-discipline doesn't mean denying yourself everything. It means choosing what's better over what's easy. Every time you resist the urge, you strengthen your mind. You build mental toughness. Over time, your impulses lose their grip, and you begin to move toward your real goals. Replace dependence with purpose. The Stoics believed that a life without meaning is a wasted one. That's why so many men can't escape this habit, because they lack something bigger to live for. Put your energy into something that matters. Think about it. If your mind is focused on building a business, achieving greatness, or mastering a skill, do you really have time for pointless indulgence? Replace it with something that gives you true fulfillment. This transformation will reorient your energy. Artists, ancient warriors, and philosophers all knew what most men today ignore. Sexual energy is the most potent force in a man's body. And when it's wasted, so is his potential. But when it's redirected into something meaningful, it becomes one of the most unstoppable forces known to man. Nikola Tesla, the greatest mind of modern science, remained celibate for life because he understood this principle. He knew that by refocusing his energy, he could reach a level of greatness no one else could. The Stoics preached this same thing. Don't waste your time chasing short-term pleasure. Use it instead to fuel your goals, your creativity, your self-discipline. This is the culmination of everything. What happens when you finally stop? You begin to live each day without guilt, with unshakable confidence. No more weakness, just unstoppable energy. Imagine feeling more inspired, more focused, more in control than ever before. Your testosterone levels rise, your mind sharpens, your motivation soars, and most importantly, you regain control of your mind. This is true freedom. This is what the Stoics meant. It's not just about quitting something. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. This is the final challenge, the last question. Will you take charge, or will you stay trapped in a cycle that robs you of your potential? Will you triumph over it, or will it continue to rule you? The decision is yours. But remember, no great man in history was ruled by his impulses. The ones who changed the world first mastered themselves. If you're ready to break free, regain control, and live like a true Stoic, then this is the beginning of your self-mastery journey.